Thank you very much, Professor Martinez. Thank you, Rector, Vice-Rector. I'm very pleased here at the University of Valladolid. I will present the Mediterranean diet as a healthy pattern. And first of all, I want to share the history of nutrition science that started, with an empirical clinical trial in a boat with vitamin C and scurvy. And at the beginning of the 20th century, nutrition was focused on vitamins. After this period, we start with working about nutrients and undernutrition. It was until the 70s that there was nutrition science focused on dietary components and diseases. And until 1986, we start. It was said that in 50s year, but in 1986, they start about Mediterranean diet. And in the 19th, we start talking about guidelines that are helpful for all populations. And also, it starts in 2015, talking about patterns, healthy patterns, and healthy dietary patterns. But what are dietary patterns? It corresponds not only to the nutrients, not only to the foods, but it's the combination of amount, portions, variety, combinations, and frequency, time also, chrononutrition, and consumption of foods and beverages. And we can have an a priori approach where dietary patterns are based on nutrition recommendations, or a posteriori approach where dietary patterns describe with statistical methods the components of the diet in a more complete way. And we can also say that in the a priori approach, these are based on the latest scientific evidence, and in the a posteriori, we have many examples. We have this morning the Atlantic pattern, the Western pattern, healthy, prudent, traditional, and other patterns. The pyramid of Mediterranean diet has already been presented, and we know that it was historically in the European basin. And one of the first definition or approach we can say is that dietary pattern is the Mediterranean diet provides locally produced foods and macronutrients in adequate proportions. And I want to mention that in November 2010, there was a UNESCO declaration as the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. And in the video that you can see on the internet, we have 7 communities. And for Spain, it's Soria that was chosen for illustrating the Mediterranean diet. It is a common heritage, and another definition is also that includes social and gastronomic elements, characteristics of a lifestyle that also was mentioned this morning. Another approach to this definition is that it combines from local Mediterranean agricultural traditional recipes and cooking methods, along with the practice of moderate physical activity. Usually, we describe that it contains vegetables, fruits, oil, bread and cereals, cheese, yogurts, and also oilseeds, nuts, legumes, wine, pasta and rice, fish, and few red meats, as Professor Sanchez Muniz present. But it is also a life philosophy. It's not just this combination of traditional ingredients, but it also includes this recipe and cookings, and also rituals, symbolism, culture, harvesting, fishing, livestock, conservation, and an important element is the way of sharing the table and consuming food. And in the video, you can also, maybe some of Sorian people recognize themselves there, because it's one of the characteristics. Mediterranean diets include also internal synergies and external contributions, cradle of traditions, innovations, and creativity. and also products and objects for ancestral domestic use that are currently present, such as those used for transportation, preservation, and consumption of food, with ceramic and glass dishes. And also, this healthy dietary pattern integrates how foods are selected, produced, processed, consumed, prioritizing fresh, local, and seasonal foods, culinary activities, and a healthy diet must be thought of comprehensive as a whole rather than a list of good or bad components. And this diet is also sustainable. We can have some words that can describe Mediterranean diet. And there's a teacher here, and she was telling me that they try to teach that to the students, and we must think about which strategies have we to safeguard Mediterranean diet. We have research, of course. We have preservation, protection, promotion, and revitalization of the Mediterranean diet, social networks to sustain and promote it, and to educate new generations. We have also many questionnaires for having the adherence to Mediterranean diet. This is one of them. It was constructed. But we also have the mechanism that start with the diet, a healthy pattern that we can describe up there, and many pathways in the organism that go until the gut microbiota and the microbiome, and until the nutrition precision at the top of the pyramid. And we have also talked about the mechanism in the gut, but they started with external factors like chrononutrition and many other things, until phenotypes that we can see in the people according to the inflammation and fibers and all the mechanism of the diet. We have also genetical pathways that can be changed in some persons and can be benefit with this diet. And in tomorrow and this afternoon, maybe tomorrow more, you have more evidence that we have benefits for prevention cancer when we eat Mediterranean diet, or for cognitive function also, and also for chronic disease. And thank you for your attention. I would like to thank my group, and also to thank you, the University of Valladolid, for welcoming me back to Spain. And thank you for your time.